Yes.
We're doing it. Boom! What's going on, guys? It's me, EchoKILLSH0T. I'm joined by my co-host, Franchise Fanatic, and we are doing our first ever live stream podcast episode. And I hope everything is going well. I hope everything is working. So
Yo.
yeah, we're gonna hop straight into it. Franchise, my guys, is there anything you want to say? Because I'm kind of speechless right now.
I am excited. I mean, we're finally doing it. I mean, it took a while. But yeah, groundbreaking stuff for sure.
Yeah. So we're gonna get into topics. Hopefully, if you guys are watching this, you guys can leave down topics, and we'll answer them to the best of our ability. We're here to talk about franchises, all that cool stuff. So yeah, without further ado, go subscribe to both of our channels. Left a link to his, but you're watching it on mine. He's gonna upload this on his too. It's gonna be Gucci. All right, take it away, man.
So I've been playing a lot of Skyrim recently, and I know that the Fallout show is kind of released. You've seen it, I haven't, but I really want to watch it. In fact, I'm ordering the Blu-ray tomorrow, I believe. For those of you who have seen it, tell me what you guys think. But just replaying Skyrim over and over again kind of reignited my love for Bethesda. And I know some of their games are janky, but I guess the first topic I wanted to talk about was modding, because I was playing Skyrim and I was like, oh, let's put some mods in there. And a lot of them were good, and it crashed my game. It broke my game for a long time. I finally got it working today without it crashing. So just, I know you've been messing around with mods on, I believe, GTA 4, but what are your opinions on mods? Because in terms of console mods, we don't really have a whole lot.
Yeah, no, I do like mods. I think the fan base...
They're primarily for PC.
Yeah, primarily for PC, but you will see a handful of games like Skyrim and Fallout 4 have the capabilities that they do to allow users to download mods. And I think that's really cool. I think when you expand it to console, I think it's really cool. And I think, a lot more games, a lot more studios need to allow that and do that. Because it is a big part of, for example, Skyrim. Mods are very popular for that game. Same for GTA. They got to add a feature for that. But yeah, so I do love mods. I've modded a few games, mainly on PC, of course, only on PC. That being like Red Dead Redemption 2, GTA 4 recently, GTA 5, of course, and I think if you want to count Geometry Dash, but those are like mainly like textures, so it's not like it doesn't affect gameplay. It's just like a texture pack. But yeah, I love mods. And yeah, I think they're awesome.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff that they can do with this stuff, especially on console, I mean, it's crazy. I mean, like, you look at Skyrim again, for example, and I'm assuming Fallout 4 has this kind of stuff as well. But I mean, I was downloading stuff like I added, new enemies and like bridges and new structures and all that kind of stuff. And most of it did crash my console, sadly. But I mainly wanted a mod to get more enemies in Skyrim, because a lot of the time Skyrim is, it's beautiful and sprawling, and you got these crazy dragons, but a lot of it's just kind of like fields of grass, and there's nothing going on. So I added like randomly spawning, like random encounters, and I mean, just something little like that. It keeps the game so alive, and it literally reignited my fire spark, so to speak, of this game. And I think if more video games can do that with modding and have it work, I think we'd be pretty cool. But speaking of Bethesda and modding, Starfield is getting a new patch on May 15th, and I don't even know if you know this, but a lot of people aren't talking about it, and I think they should be. Starfield is getting not only Land Rovers and all this other stuff, we are getting on Xbox Series X on May 15th 60 FPS mode. That's freaking huge. If it works. What are your thoughts on that?
If it works, yeah. I think that's incredible. I think whenever it was first announced that
big deal.
Yeah, it is a big deal. 60 FPS. I mean, that should be the normal, honestly. Especially for Bethesda. But I think that shows major improvements, and like with the rover and stuff, I think that should have been in the game on launch day. I think that would have made the game less
Yeah.
boring, but I do think with the potential that Starfield has, I think if they can rebuild from it like they're doing right now with Fallout 76, I think we are heading in a good direction. So I think a 60 FPS mode is incredible, and I will definitely reinstall the game when that stuff comes out and live stream it and stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that, when you get the modding, especially with Starfield, I mean, not only are we getting that, God's sake, make it run good. Because the
Yeah.
30 FPS mode, it barely runs as it is. I mean, it's chugging along like a broken train. So hopefully they can, if they want to implement it, just do it right.
Exactly. I will also say,
Hopefully.
yeah, I will also say that you know, we might not be getting, well, we're getting the Elder Scrolls 6, but we might not be getting another Fallout game for like 10 years or 20 years or something like that.
We'll probably be in our own nuclear fallout before Fallout 5.
Yeah, with World War III and stuff, I'm not surprised. Speaking on Fallout though, I want to go into my first topic. I know, crazy, but it's pretty much on Fallout as a franchise, I think. And how many of the games have you played? Obviously, you're about to watch the show and stuff. That's going to be exciting. What's kind of been your experience with Fallout as a franchise? What is your favorite parts about it? What do you not like about it? I mean, what is the attracting factor that makes you think, oh, this is awesome, or oh, this is bad?
Right. I mean, obviously once I started playing Skyrim, I was like, okay, let's try out Fallout because it's Bethesda and it should be good. And yeah, I mean, I played a little bit of Fallout 4, back when it released, and I was horrible at FPS games. I was terrible. I died every 5 seconds. I couldn't play it, so I shelved it. I put it down for a while, and I got back into it a few years ago. And I don't have it installed yet. I'm going to. I'll get to it, I promise. But I mean, the original allure of the game was this, massive post-apocalyptic wasteland where it has the potential to be boring because it's just like a wasteland. It's just like destroyed cities and all that. But I think what makes it interesting is the character, is the RPG elements, the combat, the VAT system. I don't know. I mean, again, I haven't played 4 in a while, but after seeing the after reacting to the Fallout show trailer, I'm like, oh, I gotta get back into this, like, as soon as I can.
Yeah.
Because this looks, I mean, it's killer. I mean, I even bought, you guys, I went to the exchange and I bought Fallout 3 and New Vegas, specifically to play them, obviously. But it's just really cool that there's a lot of them. And yeah, I mean, with modding on Fallout 4 too, I mean, it's pretty. That's going to be cool to dive into as well. But I think I think the Elder Scrolls is maybe a little bit better, just for me personally. I just think it's like a more beautiful, rich world. But I think what they're doing with the post-apocalyptic element of it's not boring, and it's intriguing, and it's pretty freaky at times too. So with the ghoul and all that. So there's some crazy stuff, and I'm excited to get back into it for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah. I have some pretty pretty crazy news. All right, and you're not gonna believe it.
Mm-hmm.
But I deleted Fallout 3.
Oh.
Okay.
I believe it, actually. I believe that.
As you guys know, I have been doing my live streams on it. Just live streaming me. Like every time you see me play the game, that's me like actually playing the game. Like I do not play the game without live streaming. So for me to have deleted the game, it's like, oh well, of course the series is over. But I deleted it because it just has one of the most stupid features I think ever. For a Bethesda game. I mean, I can name a lot of stupid features about Bethesda games, but this one, I mean, it's crazy. So pretty much, you're supposed to. The mission is you're supposed to walk with your dad to Rivet City, because he has some business to attend to there. And and obviously there isn't a sprint button.
Yeah.
which is really just wow. But let's just
I had to
say,
Google that because I was like,
yeah,
no, you're wrong.
yeah, no, it's a real thing. But pretty much, you start walking with him from pretty much one end of the map to the other. And
Mhm.
not only is that going to be such a long walk in real time, but uh, the dad is programmed to pretty much attack every enemy NPC he sees, right?
Oh.
And
Mhm.
those can take like 30 seconds, right? And it takes longer if you just let him do it. If you don't help out at all.
Yeah.
So it took me about 35 minutes until he got slain by a bunch of raiders. So I was like, wow, they actually kill him. But that's Fallout for you, I
Yeah.
guess. So I was like, okay, I'll avenge
Yeah.
him and then I'll see where I go from here. But no, I died like 2 seconds later. And then the craziest thing happens. We start all the way over.
Game crashed.
No, we start all the way over. From where
From the
yeah, 35 minutes of progress lost because the game needs to be tedious and stupid. So that was my deal breaker. I said no. I'm done with this. I hope that's not the
Yeah.
case for New Vegas and Fallout 4 and 76 if I decide to play that one. But that is just stupid. So I said no, I'm done. I'll come back to it probably next year or something like that, but I said no, I'm done. So that was just a stupid thing I occurred, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I had the same. I had something like that happen to me with Skyrim. I was doing a quest yesterday, and I mean, I didn't delete the game, but there's a mission where like you follow a talking dog. It's a whole thing, but you follow. It's like Scooby Doo. You follow a talking dog, and you got to uncover this mystery. And uh, because I modded the game, uh, enemies spawn all over now. And because of that, the stupid dog named Murray or Moogle or whatever, maybe Moochie, I don't know. But he decides to attack every bad guy out there, and there's only 50 of them at once. So
Yeah.
it took about 25 minutes, and then the game crashed.
Oh, that's even worse. That's even worse, probably. But like, I think Bethesda really
Yeah.
needs to, you know, set checkpoints if you're gonna make missions that tedious and that long. It's not that hard. I get that role-playing games and you're supposed to play it like you're in the game, but that's
Right.
just stupid, man. Like, same thing, pretty much same thing that happened to me in Fallout 3 happened to you in Skyrim. So it's unfortunate, but also it just shows just like a lack of careness, I think, for the player. But that doesn't mean I think the
I mean,
game
that's
is
just
yeah. That doesn't mean I think that the game is all bad. Like I think
right.
it's I'm like I'm not gonna let that take away from like what I thought of the game overall, but it definitely did give me a lot of
Mhm.
hard moments, and that was just kind of where the moment where I just said nah, I'm not really feeling
Yeah.
this.
Well, I know that you had issues with Assassin's Creed, and that was,
Oh God.
I mean, that's a different
Oh my God.
but yeah, at least Fallout 3 ran correctly, right?
Yeah, yeah. I heard it's not so great on PC. At least compared to
Mm.
console, so that's why I played it on console. But nothing will ever
Yeah.
top. Nothing will ever beat Assassin's Creed. At least my experience with it. The insane, terrible, just PC version of that, bro. Oh my God,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
And
But
then here I am playing it on my Series X, no problems, but
yeah,
I feel bad.
mm,
'Cause it's a good game. Like when it runs, when it works, it's freaking great. But
yeah.
what do you do?
I don't know, but I just quit. I just quit it.
Yeah. That's fine. I don't blame you. I guess I just kind of wanted to talk about well, the modding, obviously, but Starfield. We could talk about that for a minute. So before this game came out, it was like the most hyped up thing in the world. Everyone was talking about it. Even my grandma knew about it. I don't know how, but she knew about it.
Oh
And
my
I
God.
didn't. I didn't tell her about it. I don't think I did. But it was this hyped up thing, and then I got it, and I was all excited. It took like 18 years to install, and you play it, and it doesn't work great.
Yeah.
I think Bethesda has this reputation where they make these amazing RPGs, but just under a little bit of jank, a little bit of rust and dust is a great product. And that is, I think, the same thing with Starfield. But this May 15th update, I'm really excited for it. I won't be here. I'll be in Florida, so I won't be able to play it day one, which I'm a little salty about. You will be, so you're gonna have to tell me about it.
Next topic. Recon Trooper. I'm playing Recon
Okay.
if you're watching this.
Yeah.
So yeah,
We gotcha.
we gotcha. I guess my next topic would be, what are you looking forward to for Star Wars in the near future? I know we've got a whole lot of Star Wars stuff announced. Obviously the Acolyte's coming out soon, so I kind of want to know what you want, and obviously what we're getting. Like, what's your take on that?
I think well, we're filming this on May 3rd, and May 4th is Star Wars Day. I'm
What's
seeing
up?
The Phantom Menace in theaters, which is yeah. There you go. You're welcome. Yeah, no. So I mean, obviously, I never saw Phantom Menace in theaters because I would have been 1 year old, but that'll be cool. But in terms of like actual new content, yeah, look, the Acolyte looks killer. It looks sick. I know that there's a whole lot of there's trans and I don't care if whoever is trans is a good character, it's fine. I am genuinely looking forward to the show. The trailer looks badass. I think it has really good like martial arts, lightsaber force, power combat. It is interesting to see how that's gonna kind of affect the Phantom Menace in a way.
Yeah.
Because of lore reasons. But no, I'm looking forward to that. Obviously, if you guys know me, I'm a huge sequel trilogy fan. It's my favorite thing after like God and Women, and I would say and Air, and Duncan. There's a few things, but no, I mean I am very excited for the Rey Skywalker movie. That's going to be insane. To see. I believe it takes place 15 years after Episode 9, so that'll be interesting to see where Rey's at. 'Cause if you guys don't know, Rey's actually a Jedi Knight now, like in the lore. Like in order to be a Jedi Knight, you have to do something and you have to conquer your fear and all that. And she did that. She killed Palpatine. I mean, her and the Jedi did. It wasn't just her. And I know she died from it, but she still did it. So that's cool. So I think I'm really excited to see the Rey movie. I believe James Mangold is doing some new Jedi Order thing, which is like a biblical Dawn of the Jedi thing. That'll be cool because I think he killed it with the Wolverine. He killed it with Logan. In my opinion, he killed it with Dial of Destiny. So you can crucify me, whatever. I love that movie. So I'm excited for that. Obviously, the Bad Batch season 3 just ended. I have not seen any of season 3, so don't ruin it for me, please. If anyone has seen it, I did order the Blu-ray. It's in the mail, so don't worry. I'll be reviewing it. But yeah, I mean, it's always hard to talk about Star Wars near Star Wars Day because you get half the people being like, "Oh, Star Wars is great," and then you have the half. I mean, we could spend a freaking year on this of all the people cursing Disney and all the fun people out there. But as a person that like genuinely loves everything about Star Wars, and you guys know I have issues with some of it, but I genuinely do love it all. I'm excited for the future, and I think what Lucasfilm is doing it's great. I'm looking forward to it all.
Yeah. Yeah, going back to the May the 4th thing, you're going to have... That's the day where the fan base is going to be divided the most, I feel like. Because Star Wars, it's going to be celebrated by, like, these people, and then terrorized by these people. I think the sequel hate needs to stop. I think, we should be happy we are getting new content, right? We're getting a new Rey movie. I know you said you wanted, like, shows and stuff based on that. Especially with the Bad Batch just ending, and that stuff having, some tie-ins to Exegol and stuff like that. I think that's really cool. I think, we're getting Star Wars Eclipse, we're getting Outlaws, we're getting Jedi
Right.
the next Jedi game. I think all that is sick. I think it is such a great time to be a Star Wars fan, and if you are truly a Star Wars fan, I think you need to appreciate that more instead of hating on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because genuinely, guys, like the sequels are not bad movies, especially not bad Star Wars movies. You really put two and two together, right? You can actually like enjoy it, all right, and see it as a good product. Franchise can talk about it all day. He can talk, way better about it than I can. But bottom line is, I think, all the stuff we're getting is great. The Mandalorian movie and stuff, that's gonna be awesome. The James Mangold movie, that's gonna be sick. And then of course the Rey movie, continuing that story, that legacy, starting a new one too. Like, it's awesome, bro. I can't wait.
Yeah, there is so much to love, and I mean, it's kind of disheartening. Like sometimes, like I know Star Wars isn't like the only thing out there, but it does kind of hurt my little Star Wars heart. But I mean, there's just so much hate. Like I know like prequels got hate too, um, but it's just I don't know. It really I don't get it. I mean, I really don't. And like you said, if you put two and two together, if you have a brain, just activate it.
Yeah.
Hit the switch for God's sake. Like I tell people all the time, if you really hate the sequels that much, I give them a challenge and I say watch episode 7, 8, and 9, one movie a day. So like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 7, 8, 9, and when you don't space them out a year or two as they were coming out, I guarantee you, like I promise, they make sense. Nothing breaks the lore. Nothing's out of character. Nothing got ruined. Nothing, ruined your childhood. It
Yeah.
really is. I mean, it's a very vocal minority. I would say. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people that cry about the sequels and all that, and even the prequels. There's really not a whole lot of them. It's just that they're very vocal, and I think that's people need to remember that. The sequels are hated, but they're not as hated as they are. They're way more loved than they are hated, and I think people need to be remembered of that. Because there's like, I swear to God, like every little thing that I've heard since literally 2015 with the Force. I have a Force Awakens poster right here,
Yeah, I see
and
it.
you can't see it too
Me
great, but
too. I have one too.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of there.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, but like ever since that movie came out, I just I've been hearing so many things. Oh, this Ray shouldn't be able to swim, or Luke wouldn't do that, or oh, Finn just screams all the time, and I'm like, did these people watch the like? Did they watch the movies? Like, I don't think they did. Like I think one of the funny things I saw on Twitter today was the scene from Episode 9 where Ray and Poe and Finn, they're on Pisana and they're getting chased by the First Order's jetpack troopers. And you guys know the line, they fly now? That scene. I love that scene. Like I think it's funny. I think the dialogue is funny, how they deliver it, and I think a lot of people complain and they're bitching online, being like, I'm like, shut up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just stop it.
Yeah, and like
They're like,
Palpatine
oh, that
returned.
wouldn't happen.
That line too. People are like,
Yeah,
oh
right.
my god, that's so terrible. Like, no, it's in his character, and it actually makes sense. Like, I mean, tell them. Like, I mean, seriously.
Yeah, so I mean, keep it brief. Like Passan, First Order, stormtroopers flying with jetpacks. We've never seen that. The audience hasn't seen it, and neither have the characters because they're clearly asking, "Oh shit, they fly now?"
Yeah.
And the common criticism I see online is people going, "Well, actually, this is a bad line because they flew in the Clone Wars, stupid." And I'm like, yeah, they did. The jet troopers are a thing, but we've never seen, and these characters have never seen the First Order do that, and that's why it works. Like it's really not that. I'm not that smart, guys. I'm not gifted or nothing. It's not that hard to use your brain.
Yeah.
And then what was the other one? The Palpatine one.
Yeah. Somehow Palpatine returned.
That was really funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really funny because like I guess people wanted Poe to be like, well, actually, Palpatine cloned himself when he was dying on the Death Star 2, and he put his clone husk on Exegol, and he's been. I guess people wanted Poe to give like some Shakespearean 3-hour-long exposition. But in reality, Poe doesn't know what the hell's going on. Like, he's not a Jedi. He's just a pilot.
Exactly.
No one on Ajon Kloss knows either. No, like, no one knows. And the one guy that knows, Bayumont Kin, I think he played Merry in Lord of the Rings. He was like, oh, I don't know what he said, but he's like, dark science, cloning, secrets only the Sith knew. And he rattled stuff off. And, like, yeah, like, that gives you all the context you need, right? Because in the beginning of the movie, you see Palpatine, you see Exegol, you see Snoke and all the clone things, so you know there's cloning involved. And then you get that line by Bayamont Kin. And yeah, I mean, Poe literally saying somehow Palpatine returned. That, I mean, what else would what was he going to say? Like,
Exactly.
yeah, he's
That's what
back
I would
somehow.
say.
I mean, he doesn't know.
That's what I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, like, even if you're shutting your brain off and, like, trying not to bash these movies for whatever reason you can come up with, they're still fun movies, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you know, imagine people seeing this for the first time in the theaters, right? I mean, you had half of the people walked out confused, half of the people walked out super satisfied. You know, I think why people hate the sequel stuff so much is because it's just new characters, right? I mean, you know, you're so used to Luke, you're so used to all the, you know, but you weren't used to Anakin when those movies came out, right? So I think in time people will come to understand that the sequels, you know, were really great pieces in the Star Wars franchise. And, you know, yeah, I mean, I'm going to continue to watch them, you know, on my marathons. But yeah, no, I mean, they're great movies. What else can I say? Poe Dameron, can I just say, he goes through probably, aside from Luke's, he has the second best character arc in The Last Jedi. Like, and one of the best character arcs I've ever seen. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that character arc was amazing, dude.
Yeah, and I agree. And I think a lot of people either didn't pick up on that he had one, or they just didn't like it because he got told off by a chick with pink hair. Newsflash, it's not woke. The reason why she does that isn't because men are bad and the woman is powerful. That's not the message. The message, obviously, in The Force Awakens, Poe is just. I mean, in The Force Awakens, Poe is just a Han Solo ripoff. I mean, that's what he is. I mean, that was the point.
Yeah.
He didn't really have an arc. And then in The Last Jedi, he starts the movie. I mean, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but he starts off in one end being, I got to just blow up bad guys and be cool. And then he ends the movie, when they're on Crate, he gives the order to pull back and not advance. Therefore, he learned a lesson. I mean, one of the big themes of Episode 8 is learning from your failure. Every major character fails in that movie. Even Holdo, even DJ and Phasma and Hux, everyone in this movie fails. But they all learn from it in different ways, and I think that's really, really great. Obviously, some people just didn't pick up on it, but no, yeah, I agree with you. Poe had a great arc. And then the arc in Episode 9, maybe not as powerful, but I think he did have one because he's able to now that he's a co-general with Finn or whatever that was, he's able to act on that. I think that's really great. But can we just talk about how good of a character Holdo is, though? Because like what Rian Johnson did with Holdo is genius. I mean, it's genius because it was going to be Akbar, right? It's a trap, that guy.
But he did. He died in like the first 30 minutes.
Yeah, he dies, and then General DeAcy or whatever, the girl with the weird nose, she puts Holdo in charge, and I don't know. Yeah, she's blonde too, if that helps. But Holdo gets in charge, and Poe's character, Poe's like, oh, who's this? Maybe she's a spy. Maybe why is she withholding information? She's kind of sus, And then you get, sorry, and then the audience is also like, what the hell's with Holdo? Because the audience, we know Akbar, especially if you saw Return of the Jedi in '86 or whatever. Akbar was I don't want to say a good character, but he was a developed character. We, the audience, knew him. And I think it's really great that Rian wrote Holdo as a character who, I mean, obviously, yeah, she fails too because she doesn't tell Poe the plan because she doesn't have a freaking plan. And in the end, she's just like, oh, I don't know, we'll escape in the escape pods. And Poe loses his shit, rightfully so. There's Bantha Poodoo.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really great because we realize, the audience realizes that, oh, Holdo's not a spy. she's just a flawed human. Everyone
Yeah.
in that movie literally fails at something, and I think that's really great because
Yeah.
it shows character growth, and it turned Poe from an okay character to one of the best with one movie.
Yeah. You know, speaking of flawed, people don't really like flawed characters because Luke Skywalker, was it? Yeah. People don't like Luke being a flawed character because that's bad, and that's terrible writing for him to be a flawed character. Oh
Mm.
no. Oh, boo. But
Ooh, exactly. That's
yeah, we could go on to that about that forever. But I guess the last thing that just came to my mind is the MCU, the state of the MCU, the future of the MCU, and Deadpool and Wolverine, man. Oh my goodness. Jeez.
I'm so excited.
Me too. I think, you know, like you said, it's great that all this stuff is being canon now. Knowing that it's all interconnected, it just feels amazing. And we're really going to
It
get to
does.
see that in action because the cameos, I mean, we're going to see Hugh in that cowl, whether, we like it or not. I mean, everybody's going to like it.
Mm.
But,
Yeah.
at the end of that trailer, they jump into a strange portal to who knows where. People are saying Endgame. That would be butt nuts crazy if they did that.
Yeah.
Also, this is really rated R. And that's good. We need some of that right now. Got a little bit of taste of that in the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 movie with Peter Quill saying the F-bomb. But now we're getting it like that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not holding back.
They are not holding back. But what are you most excited for? Who do you want to show up since we're getting all these cameos? And where do you think it's going to lead us into the next multiversal movie, I guess?
Right. I mean, the state of the MCU is. I never hated it. I think the internet kind of freaked out. Oh, it's dead. The MCU died. But this trailer, this newest trailer for Deadpool and Wolverine, it really, I mean, for me, it made me excited about the MCU again since maybe, I don't know, like Shang-Chi or No Way Home. I mean,
Yeah.
I've seen every. I like them for the most part, but they had their political messaging and they had their woke stuff, and I think now they're kind of learning not to peddle a message down our throats and just give us quality content again. And it looks like this movie's gonna do that. And I mean, no, I'm stupid excited because like I was telling you off camera, but having the first two Deadpool movies be canon to the MCU, obviously they're not like. When I say canon to the MCU, it's like the Sam Raimi and the Mark Webb movies with Toby and Andrew. They're not like in the MCU, but they're in, but they're not in because they're part of the multiverse thing, So they still count. And I think it's yeah, there you go. Yeah, I think it's these are my shades. I am very much excited to see. Yeah, I mean, what cameos we're gonna get, where we're going. Venom 2 is okay. Morbius, I didn't really like it at all. I mean, there's one or two things I enjoyed, but I didn't like it too great.
Madam Web.
Madam
Mommy
Web. Yeah, Mommy Web. Mommy's Web. It's a movie.
It's a movie. I mean, I'll watch it again to see the hot actresses in it. I think that's the only good piece of quality in there. That's the only reason I would ever watch it again. But the movie is, I mean,
no good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Venom 1, okay. Venom 2, okay. Morbius,
Yeah.
Madam Web, and now Craven, and now
Yeah.
oh yeah, Venom 3. We're getting Venom 3 too.
Right.
I'm hoping the best for Craven. I really am. I think you can make that work. I wish he would speak actual Russian, like he does, like he's known for.
Yeah.
And if he can't do that, like, Yeah, but it does concern me that they have delayed this. But I'm also hopeful that they can actually make something of quality. You know.
Yeah, here's hoping. I mean, I think the only thing going for it right now is that it's going to be rated R. I think that's a saving grace. I think when you're dealing with Craven and he's putting bear traps in their heads and what I mean, that's all well and good. I like that, but Sony's in a predicament, like we were saying, because you can't build a universe as successful as, say, the Skywalker saga or the MCU, or Harry Potter, whatever. But no one liked Morbius. No one saw Morbius. No one liked Madam Web. I swear to God, I was the only one in that theater that saw Madam Web. Or no, I'm sorry, there was a guy next to me who was snoring the whole damn
Oh,
time.
yeah,
So
that's crazy,
right,
bro. That's crazy.
yeah. So I mean, he paid for it. So I mean, he he didn't watch it, but he paid for it. So yeah, they're on a very slippery slope because if Craven's a disaster, Venom 3, I mean, at best Venom 3 is going to be good at best.
Yep, it's the
Okay,
last one.
Sony, right? Well, Sony they cannot keep doing Spider-Man movies without Spider-Man in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because then what's the point? Because now we know that Venom and Morbius, they're in the MCU with the multiverse. We know that. Madam Web is not. Madam Web's its own freaking thing, and that bombed. So who cares now? It's just I don't like. Sony's making, besides the two Spider-Verse movies, they're just making all their own decisions, and they're not learning from them.
Yeah. Yeah. I totally 100% agree. That's why I'm hoping because remember when we were supposed to have that El Muerto movie this year in January?
Yeah,
Yeah, what happened with that?
yeah.
I mean, it's just crazy.
I don't know.
I really think after this, Sony needs to. I mean, they're not going to, but somebody needs to take the Spider-Man property off of their hands and like give it to Marvel, like 100% of it to Marvel. Because they're not doing it justice. Like I said, you got those first two Venom movies, and that's probably it. But even then, those are mediocre at times.
Right. Yeah.
So this is what the fifth movie. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, the fifth movie. In this, and like they don't learn. So they are definitely on a downward slope. But I hope I'm wrong.
Me too. I think the best thing Sony did do though was allow Tom Holland to be in the MCU, and they just share their money rights or whatever they're doing. That was smart because now Tom Holland can be in good movies
Yeah.
that Marvel makes. And I don't know. I mean, if you guys saw the end credit scene of Venom, was it Venom 2, I think, where
That was
yeah,
a
it was Venom
crazy
2,
post-credit
where
scene.
him and
Yeah.
Eddie and Venom get like transferred. Right, and you see Tom Holland. That's cool. And now we know that a little piece of Venom goo, a little turd of Venom in the wind is in the MCU. So who knows what they're gonna do?
Yeah, I mean, that post-credit scene was nuts, though, man. Especially because we were getting No Way Home like 2 months later. Like, I don't think anybody expected that. And I will give Venom Let There Be Carnage props for that. I mean, I still wish it was rated R. Shoulda, coulda, woulda been rated R. But that was a crazy moment, man. It's just the hype train was going. You had that first trailer that came out. Oh my god, dude. It's taking me back, man. It's taking me back. I love it, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah. Well, Venom did say the F word once. I mean, we'll give him that.
Yeah. I want to see gore, though.
We're on the. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, yeah. Whenever he eats someone's head, they kind of cut away. Which I don't know. I think when you make an R-rated movie, nowadays like Joker, Deadpool, stuff like that, those are guaranteed to make money. But if you were to make Venom R-rated, it wouldn't make as much money as a PG-13 movie, just because you get PG-13 is teen up. I guess technically R-rated is teen up too, because 17 you're not an adult yet, but whatever. No one really cares about that. But yeah, Sony is they're Sony. They make some good decisions, but for every good decision, they make 10 bad ones.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I could do better,
We
but
probably could. No, that's the crazy thing. We probably could. And all we have to do is AI generate it,
mm,
Yeah, remember
yeah, I
that
know.
Madam Web
Go on,
line?
chat.
Where she's like, my mother was researching spiders in the forest.
Before she died.
Before she died. Yeah, you can't forget that part.
Yeah.
God, man.
I'll give him that. It's not in the movie. It's only in the trailer, but they sealed the deal with that one. Because when people heard that, they were like, oh, And I think that's it brings up an interesting point real quick because it feels like Sony they're trying to go all in on the memes. Like, oh, it's Morbin time, and even Jared Leto was getting in on the Morbin time thing, and then it just died. Figures, but I feel like Sony, every movie they're making, like even the Craven trailer's doing it, like really bad editing, and like Craven's a good guy apparently, and he's like helping people. I don't know. It just seems like they're really they don't get it, and I feel like Marvel gets it, Sony doesn't, and we get it. You guys watching get it, and it just sucks that. Yeah, it just sucks that like we can't have a say. Because Sony doesn't know what the hell's going on. I mean, I don't know what they're doing in there.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, like, it would be a good executive decision to listen to the fans or what's left of the fans. I'm telling you, they probably made people that were Madam Web fans not fans anymore.
Yeah.
So
all 5 of them.
Yeah, but I think we have time for one more topic because we are nearing an hour. And the topic is, sorry to put you on the spot.
Okay.
What's the topic?
Oh, I thought you were doing it. We'll just do this for another 20 minutes.
We got you.
No, keep going. Kingsman. Let's do Kingsman.
Oh, yay! I still haven't seen Argyle yet, but I will.
That's why I bring it up. So I'm not gonna ruin it, but I ruined it for you a few months ago off camera. And I don't know if you were mad or happy, but yeah, Argyle is a Kingsman movie. If you guys didn't know, it was never marketed as such at all. And I saw the movie in theaters. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, the end credit scene there. I'm not gonna tell you what happens, but it is canon to Kingsman, and that's crazy. Which it doesn't make a whole lot of sense because Samuel L. Jackson is a villain in Kingsman, and he dies in Kingsman 1, and he's in Argyle as a different character.
That's
but if you get
past that, whoa, what do you explain that? Retcon or something? What?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's just a different guy played by the same dude, I guess. But
he had a twin brother.
I enjoyed Argyle.
It's
his twin brother, right? Yeah. That makes sense. We'll go with that. It's his twin brother. But yeah, I think that Argyle, I don't think it deserved all the bad reviews. I think I really, really enjoyed it. When I was watching it, I'm like, oh, this has all the flavor and veracity and all that of a Kingsman film, but the editing and the action scenes and the music, I'm watching. I'm like, oh, this is a Kingsman movie. And then at the end, I found out it was, and my mind blew up. I'm like, oh shit! Wow, I was right. And it still made no money. But now that Disney illegally owns Kingsman, Argyle is a Disney movie, and I think it's there. You go. Yeah, exactly. There you go. Perfect. I need the Blu-ray of that, by the way. You just reminded me. But no, I think that it's interesting because you get the King's Man, which I enjoyed, but no one really liked it and saw it.
I thought Argyle, like, the King's Man. I thought that was. I expected better. I think they killed the Rasputin guy, like a little too early or something like that. I don't know. I think he dies by drowning. I think the trailer made it seem very fun, but I think I don't know. It was. I know it's like a war movie, right? But I wanted some more of that. Some of that, like stuff Kingsman is known for. The one shot, like zoom in camera action, like that would have been, I know we got some of that, but I wanted more of that,
Yeah, the Kingsman, Yeah, you're right. I mean, I think that there's a lot of serious stuff in that movie. It's definitely the most serious of the four. And I think that maybe hurt it a bit. I don't know. I mean, I think so far out of all these movies, I think The Golden Circle is my favorite. I don't know. I freaking love that movie so much, and I
Yeah.
think if we're yeah, I think it's called The Blue Blood. That's like the working title, Kingsman 3, The Blue Blood. I don't know if that's even happening. I mean, would you want to see a Kingsman 3? Because apparently, if we were going to get Kingsman 3, it would kind of tie up Eggsy and Harry, their kind of dynamic.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, Argyle bombed, so who knows what they're going to do?
Bomb. Dude, I feel like if it was being promoted as a Kingsman movie, like, don't get me wrong. I think when people know, like, in the post-credit scene or whatever, that they know that it was, like, part of the Kingsman universe, they freaked out. You freaked out. But if they promoted it as a Kingsman movie just because that franchise has a lot of love, I think it would have I think it wouldn't have bombed, honestly. But,
I agree.
That's just on a marketing perspective. I don't know how the actual movie is. But yeah, man, I'm an enjoyer of the Kingsman franchise. I, love the first one, love Golden Circle. That really iconic scene where Harry's in the church. Yeah, manners maketh man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that a teabag?
I got this. Hang on. What the hell is even in here?
Wow.
I don't know. It's like ice. Yeah, it's from the Golden Circle Golden Circle Blu-ray.
When did they use that in the movie?
I don't know what this is. It says made in China. That's all I know.
Yeah, I do love that, Pedro Pascal was in the Golden Circle and Channing Tatum. I like that. I think those first two movies are excellent. But that iconic church sequence with Harry, bro. Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Dude, you can't like that.
You can't beat it.
Yeah, that's in every single one of this guy's tributes, if you guys didn't know. You will never find a tribute without that scene in it, bro. It's an incredible scene. One of the best one-shot sequences I have ever seen, bro. Like, for real. My God.
I remember when when that movie came out, I wasn't allowed to see it because parents, I wasn't old enough, but that was the scene that I kept going to. Like I would go on YouTube and I would watch that scene. Not because I love violence, I'm not like a weirdo, but just the way, just the way that don't look into it. I think that movie was really one of my first introductions of looking at film critically. So I was like, this is a badass scene, but it's also really well choreographed and really well shot. The music, the editing to the music, and that kind of gave me the inspiration to make the tributes too. So that was cool. But yeah, I think it's a great scene for sure. I think the only scene that rivals that, great movie. But I think if we're talking like one-shot scenes, I know you said last topic, but I'm bringing in one quick one. The Tintin movie from 2011. The scene. Yeah. The scene where Tintin's chasing the bird.
Oh my god.
I don't remember where they're at. It's like some desert.
Where's the second one? Where's Rise of the Guardians 2? Where's Tintin 2? God!
Right. I know, I'm pissed. I know.
Come on, Steven.
But that scene where Tintin's he's on the motorbike and the motorbike's like falling apart. And
oh my god.
It blew my mind as a early teenager. Yeah, it's so good.
That movie is so nostalgic for me, dude. Like, I saw it like when I was probably honestly 6. Like, not even then.
Yeah.
When did it come out? 2011?
Yeah.
I think I got it on DVD right after it got out of theaters. So I was probably 5 or something like that. That movie's so nostalgic for me. We need a sequel. That is one of the best one-shot sequences ever. The motorbike, it has a journey. It starts crumbling apart as Tintin is chasing the bird with the note on it. Just the whole movie in general. If you haven't seen it or you haven't seen it in a long time, go rewatch it or go do yourself that favor, man. Oh my gosh. Imagine we got one of those sequences in Kingsman and Tintin, I guess, for Deadpool and Wolverine. There's just a shot where they're 360 rotating and Wolverine is killing people with his claws and Deadpool shooting. Oh my god. Bro.
Yeah.
Be crazy. But yeah,
We
one-shot
need
sequences are awesome. I love them.
yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. We need Matthew Vaughn, the director of Kingsman, all those movies. We need him to direct a Star Wars movie.
Oh, yo. Oh my
Like
gosh.
now.
Yeah. I mean, you kind of saw hints of that in the throne room scene. I know that's like your favorite scene in Star Wars and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, that would be insane. At least for him to direct like a scene or two, because his style,
Right.
how like the directing for that one sequence goes, the the amount of choreography you have to remember and how it has to go. I just find that so interesting and it's so cool. Like you can't beat that stuff,
Yeah.
man. So cool. My gosh. Jeez.
Yeah. A lot of talent and practice goes into those shots. I mean, I know a lot of there's clever editing. It's not really one shot, but
Yeah.
I think it's really cool what they're able to do. But no, please look, just give us season 2. I don't know why it took so long. It came out in 2011, for God's
Oh my
sake.
gosh. And it did so good too, I think, right?
It did not. Yeah, it was a hit. It wasn't a flop. I mean, it did pretty good. I think now that like Indiana Jones is done, and I guess Uncharted is done too. I know we're getting more Tomb Raider stuff, but a lot of like the adventure things that we grew up with and enjoy, they're kind of dying off and ending.
Yeah.
And Tintin, I mean the books by Hergé, I mean I don't have them all, but I read them all, and there's a lot of Tintin stuff out there. Like for if you guys read those books, or like I know there's an animated Tintin show,
Yeah.
that came out in the 90s. I've seen that whole show. It's a very good show. Really holds up for being a 90s show. There's so much that you can do with that franchise, and it's such a bummer they only did one movie.
Yeah.
I mean,
So
you can
much.
you can make a whole universe out of it. I mean, there's like 20 books.
Yeah, I think you take the style that that first movie did and you put all of Tintin's adventures into it, bro, you will have I mean, I don't know how many they could make. I mean, but I know they have a lot of source material, but I mean, you could have
Yeah.
like a multi-billion-dollar franchise. Well, yeah, multi-billion, but I'm talking like tens and tens of billions, because people love that stuff, man. I mean, I do, you do. And Rise of the Guardians 2, we need that. I thought that was very interesting.
Yes.
My gosh, you got
Oh
Santa
yeah.
Claus, the Rabbit, the Tooth Fairy, the Hot Tooth Fairy, Jack
Oh yeah.
Frost. Oh my gosh, bro. Like, give us. My God, bro. Come on.
And if you guys didn't know, there's Rise of the Guardians. There's books. I mean, that's where it started. I mean, I my cousin introduced it to me, and there was a Nicholas Saint North book, and then there was like Toothiana, E. Aster Bunnymund, Sanderson Man Snoozy. He's the Sandman. Like all
Oh
of
yeah, the
I think there's
Sandman.
5 books,
Yeah. Oh my God.
and they only made one movie. I don't. Rise of the Guardians is in my opinion the best DreamWorks movie. It would go that, and then Puss in Boots: Last Wish.
How to Train Your Dragon?
That's good. I need to rewatch them. I enjoyed
Megamind?
them. I don't remember.
Not the new movie, but the old movie. God, the new movie is. Goodness. And
Yeah.
they made a TV show to go with it, and that one is also terrible. So I don't know what they were doing.
Yeah.
One quick thing. There is a one-shot sequence in Knuckles. So, just wanted to throw that in there. So yeah, if you get a chance to watch it, like you'll know what scene I'm talking about. I thought it was like one of the
Okay.
best scenes in the movie, but that goes to show that one-shot sequences, whether it's like a 360 degree, like, or it's just following the character while he's like shooting up a plate, like it's cool, man. Oh man, it's so cool. I love
Yeah.
it.
I know. We need more of it. We need more of it.
Yeah. But guys, we're both probably tired as hell, trying to get this whole ordeal to work. Next time it'll be more, well, not janky and stuff like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed the topics that we talked about. I don't think we got any requests, which is unfortunate, but we were able to keep it going along, keep the conversation interesting, which is good. We talked about video games, Bethesda, movies, all that stuff, one-shot sequences. You guys know the drill and all that stuff. So please go ahead, subscribe to Franchise over here, man, because he's awesome.
I need it. I need love.
Yeah. Go watch his reactions and stuff, because he's gonna do a lot more of those. That's gonna be exciting. Obviously subscribe to me, of course. And yeah, man, this was the podcast in a cool, like, different format. You know, it's just something different. And yeah,
Yeah.
thank you guys for checking it out. Yeah, man, cool. Anything you want to say before we end it off?
No, I mean I had a good time. We had a good topics, and we wasn't flawless, but we got it to work in the end, I think, and we had a good podcast. And obviously you guys when we sort this stuff out and whatnot, when I return from Florida, we'll do another one for sure, and we'll have more topics. We'll have a bunch of fun stuff because yeah, I enjoyed this format. I thought it works pretty good. Yeah, I mean there's so many topics we didn't even talk about, so there
Yeah, we
will be
just
more
kind
for
of
sure. So again, make
yeah, subscribe to all
we
that.
only had like a little baby taste. There's
Little
a whole
bit.
bunch more.
Yeah, stuff we definitely forgot. We were just kind of going off of the head, I think, pretty much. But in the end, I had a fun time. We always have a fun time doing these, and we hope you guys enjoy watching them. So yeah, that's gonna end it here, folks. Thank you all for watching. Go subscribe to him, subscribe to me. You know the drill. It's been Echo Kill Shot Franchise Fanatic on the Multi-Franchise Podcast, and we will see you guys in the next one. Peace out, baby.